Hamlin's town of old, singing the vesture pride of flying bands under its red and gold. So we follow light and gay, follow bravely while we may. We hear the blackbird play o'er the hills and far away. Tra la 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 la, o'er the hills and far away.
Now, Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days brings in another moon. But oh, methinks how this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like unto a step-dame or dowager, long withering out a young man's reverie.
4 days will steep themselves in night. 4 nights will dream away the time, and then the moon, like a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth. To merriment, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth the funerals, their pale companion shall not be for our company. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reverence.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus, what's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. By moonlight at her window hast thou with feigning voice sung verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats. Messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious Duke, be it so. She will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
Hermit, what say you, fair maid? Now be advised, to you your father should be as to a god, one whom composed your beauties, and yea, you are but form in wax, imprinted by him and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but knowing your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
To die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, and examine well your blood. Whether you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. I, in shady cloister mewed, living a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon, thrice blessed by that they that master sow their blood. But earthly are happy still is the rose, withering on the virgin thorn that grows, lives, and dies, a single blessing.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. And on the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, in a vow of everlasting fellowship, on that day prepare to die for disobedience to your father, to marry Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest I in austerity of a single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy praise and title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you? Marry him.
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine. And all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed, My love is more than his. My fortune's everywhere is fairly ranked, and not with advantage as Demetrius is. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch to his head, made love to Nedar's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry, upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess I have heard so much, and in Demetrius thought he spoke thereof, but with my mind being full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. Now, Demetrius, Aegeus, come, I have some private schooling for you both. Fair Hermia, look, arm yourself to fix your fancies to fit your father's will, otherwise the law of Athens yields you up, which we may not extenuate, to death or to vow of single life. Come, Hippolyte, what cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegeus, go. I must implore you against some business against our nuptial, and confer with you both something that nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses they do fade so fast?
You like the want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Like me. For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else miscraft in respective years,
By too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath the power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where to meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knits souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, my love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable to lark than shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. For the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with her pearl the bladed grass, the time when lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsels sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. Thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us. And good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
Well, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius stowed on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is oft so beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and to the woods will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a great expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is our company all here? You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script. Here is the scroll of every man's name who's thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and to Mary. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates. And Phoebus' car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. This is Ercles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more than gold.
Francis Flute the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It is the lady Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let not me play a woman. I have a beard. Coming.
That's all one, and you shall wear a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And if I hide my face, let me play Thisbe, too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramus, Flute, you Thisbe.
Very well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You Pyramus's father. Myself Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Roar! Let me play the lion, too. I will roar that it will do any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you would do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us. Well, that would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so that I will roar you enter any sucking dove. I will roar you enter any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a lovely man, a most gentleman-like man as one shall meet on a summer's day. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Well, I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you shall play it barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town by moonlight. There we shall rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we'll be dogged by company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of properties such as our play requires. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously.
Aye.
Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill and over dale, through bush, through briar, over park and over pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere. Swifter than the moon's spear, and I serve the fairy queen, to do her orders upon the green. Cowslips tall our pensioners be, and our gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, and those freckles with their savors. I must go see Jim Dewdrop's hair, and hang a pearl on every cowslip's ear. Farewell, the loved spirits, I'll be gone, for the queen and all elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, because for over on his castle fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath the lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. Now they never meet in Grover Green by fountain clear, spangled starlight sheen, but they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Is that a mistake or shape in making cuts? Are few that shoot in Navarre sprite called Robin Goodfellow? Are you not he that frights the maidens of the village? Skim milk and 10 times the labor of the quern, and making the breathless housewife turn, sometimes to make the drink to bear no barn, misleading night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those who hobgoblin and call you sweet pup, you do thy work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon, and I make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. And then the wisest stand, telling the saddest tale, sometimes for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, tailor she cries, and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh and wax in their mirth, knees and swear that a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that you were gone!
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Very skippant. I have forsworn his bed in company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Well, then I must be thy lady. But then I know when thou hast stolen from fairyland, and in the shape of corn have sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. But why art thou here, come from the farthest steeps of India? Oh, but that thy bouncing Amazon, thy warrior mistress and buskin love to Theseus must be wedded, and you have come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst thou not lead him through glimmering night from Perugina, whom he ravished, to Pericles, and make him break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopeia?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And not since midsummer spring met we in hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or rushy brook, or by the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brows thou hast abused our sport, and this same wind, now piping in vain, as in revenge, sucks up from the sea a contagious fog, with its falling in the land, hath made the pelting rivers so proud that they've overborne their continents. The ox, therefore, hath stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted, else his youth attained a beard. Where the fold stands empty in a drowned field, and the crows grow fatted by a murrain flock. The Nines Men's Morris is filled with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals, they want their winter here. There is no night, carol sung, or hymn blessed, and the moon, governess of the floods, pale in her anger, washes the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost falls in the fresh lap of a crimson rose. Old time's thin and icy crown, and odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. Spring, summer, childing autumn, angry winter have changed their vestal liberties, and the amazed world, watching their increase, knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents, and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies within you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg of thee, little changeling boy, to be my henchman.
Oh, set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not this child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, And in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sand, remarking on the embarked traders of the flood. And often would we laugh to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind. And she, with pretty and with swimming gait, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail out upon the land to fetch me trifles, and returning home from voyage, she being mortal, this boy did die. And for her sake do I rear him up, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance until Theseus' wedding day. If you will be patient, and dance in our round, and see our moonlight revels, then go with us. If not, spare me, and I will shun your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with
Not
thee.
for thy fairy kingdom! Fairies away. I shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. Gentle Puck, come hither. Dost thou remember when I once sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such sweet and dulcet breath that the rude sea did grow civil upon hearing it, and the certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sweet sea maiden's music?
I remember.
At that time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between cold moon and earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west. Cupid loosed his love shaft smartly as it would to pierce 100,000 hearts. But I did see the fiery bolt of Cupid quenched by the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on fancy-free into maiden meditation. But I marked where the bolt of Cupid fell. It landed on a little western flower, milk and white, now purple with love's wound. The maidens called it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live thing it sees. Fetch me that flower and be back here ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she sleeps, and pour the liquor of it in her eyes, so the next thing she waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, bull, wolf, meddling monkey, or busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm off her sight, as I can do with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and will hear their complaints.
Love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? One I'll stay, the other stayeth me. And thou toldst me they were stolen into this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave me your power to draw, and I will have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, no, I cannot love you.
And even for that, do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me, but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg for in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night, and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face, therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. But how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase.
The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Oh, bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies!
I will not say thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, the town, the fields you do me mischief. Fight, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex! We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, wanderer. Have you the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I pray, give it. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and nodding violets grow. Over canopied with luscious woodbine, sweet musk grows and eglantine. There Titania sleeps sometimes of the night, lulled in flowers with dances and delight. There the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And there I'll streak her eyes and fill her head with hateful fantasies. But thou take some of this, and seek through this grove a sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, so the next thing he waking espies be the lady. Thou shalt know him by the Athenian garments he hath on, but affect it with some care, that he will be more fond of her than her of her love. Do this, and meet me back here ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so. Oh, rounder than a fairy song, and for the third part of a minute hence. Some to kill cankers and the musk rosebuds, and some to war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my young elves coats, and some to hold back the clamorous owl who nightly hoots and wonders at our strange selves. Now, sing me to sleep, and to thy offices, and let me rest.
We've spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs we've not seen, youth and blinders do no wrong, could not me our fairy queen. Fill with melody, singing our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor sunshine, come our lovely lady night, so good night, with lullaby. Weaving spiders, come not near. Hence you eight-legged spinners hence. Beetle black will come not near. Worm nor snail will do no offense. Fill a meadow with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm nor sunshine, come our lovely lady night, so good night, with lullaby.
Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love's take. Love and language for his sake, be it ounce or cat or pod or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye when it is near, wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak truth, I forgot her way. Well, rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one throat.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart into yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms that are chained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side, no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life, when I end loyalty. Here's my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens, he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despiseth the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty souls, you durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth own. When thou wakes, let sleep forbid love his seat on thy eyelid. But awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Say, thou wilt kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me do run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how bitter word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe into their season, so I being young now to ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and brings me to your eyes, where I will look. Love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve such scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I never did, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another be abused. Ah!
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there. And never mayest thou come, Lysander, near, for our serpent the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave, of all be hated the most they did deceive. So thou, my serpent, and my heresy, all be hated the most in me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Oh, help me, Lysander, help me, do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Why me for pity? What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away and you stood smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, Lord! What, out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, Pat, here is a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsals. This green spot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Squire Lakin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I can promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself. To bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell, he is not a lion.
Nay, nay. You must name his name. And half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. Then there's 2 hard things. That is, we must bring moonlight into the chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, you know, did meet by moonlight. Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar. Look in the almanacs. Yes. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open. The moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorn and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must bring a wall into the great chamber, for, says the story, Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper through the chink of a wall. You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son. Rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. After you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What heckin' homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? A play, dwarf? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors. Odors.
Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
Stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you? For you must understand, he goes but to see a voice that he has heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky, juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Minnie's tomb.
That's Nina's tomb, man. That you speak not yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak your whole part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous. Oh, strange. Masters, fly! Fly!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you around. Through bogs, through bush, through brook, briar.
What do they run away?
Sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire.
This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
And neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, like a wild horse, hounds fair fire at every turn.
Oh, Bottom, what do I see on thee?
What do you see?
Thou art changed.
You see an asset of your own, do you?
Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. Well, I will not stir from this place. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The usual cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his note so true. The wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain-sung cuckoo gray, who dares not many a man full mark, who dares not answer, nay. Or indeed, who would set his wit by so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie that we cry, cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is enamored of thy note, and mine eye enthralled by thy shape. And thy force doth move me to say upon first view that I swear that I do love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that.
Oh.
And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pities that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can clink upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Oh no! Out of this wood desirest not to go. Thou shalt remain whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common race. Summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me, and I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they will pull thee jewels from the deep and sing to thee, while on a bed of pressed flowers thou dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Oh, peas blossom, cobweb, moss, mustard seed.
Ready.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Oh, be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and mulberries and green grapes and purple figs and mulberries and honey bags. Steal from the humblebees. And for night tapers, crop them at their waxen thighs and light them with the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise. Oh, and wings pulled from the butterflies to wipe the moonbeams from his eyes. About him elves give him courtesies. Now mortal. Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Oh, good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like oxbee hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. Good Master Mustard Seed, I shall desire you more acquaintance.
Oh, come, bring him to my bower. Methinks the moon looks with a watery eye, and in her weeping weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Oh, tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silently, yes.
I wonder if Titania be awakened, and what next came in her eye, which she must now dote on with extremity. Ah, but here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night ruled this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for a great Theseus's nuptial day, when the shallowest thickskin of their barren swords, Eurypylus, presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered into break, when I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I affixed it on his head, and anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, as the wild geese, when the creeping fowler eye, a rusted pated chuffs many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, and at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls, and he murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak lost their fears, thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns their apparel snatch, some hats, some sleeves, from yielders all things catch. And I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. And in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, with the Athenian woman by his side, and when he waked, of course she must be eyed.
Stand close, here comes the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou I fear hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drives me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Once, tell true, even for my sake. Dost thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm and adder do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue, the 9-mouthed serpent never adder stung.
Spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead of aught that I can tell.
I pray thee tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so, see me no more whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt which bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Thy misperson must perforce ensue, that a true love turn and a false turn true.
The fatal rules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
Look, go through this wood swifter than the wind. Helena of Athens look thou find. She be fancy sick and pale of cheer, with sights of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit by Cupid's archery, sink in the apple of his eye. So when his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as Venus in the sky. And when he wakes, if she be by, beg of her remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside, the noise they make shall cause Demetrius to awake.
Then two at once will woo one, that must needs be scored alone. And these things do best please me that befall preposterous.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you? Bear the badge of faith to prove them true.
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. These vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
You're none in my mind now, you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, nymph, goddess, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, oh how ripe and show, thy lips those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure congealed white, high Taurus snow fend with the eastern winters to a crow when thou holds up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena.
A trim exploit! A manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision! None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience! All to make you sport!
You are unkind, Demetrius! Be not so! But you love Hermia! This you know, I know! And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part! And yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Ugh, never did mockers waste more idle breath!
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will not. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned. And now to Helena is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so!
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Hark, knight, from the eye
no.
takes the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense.
Ugh.
How art not by mine eye, Lysander, found mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more gilds the night than I on fiery oaths and eyes of light. Why seekest me thou? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, I cannot be. She is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have all three conjoined to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? And will you rent our ancient love asunder by joining these men in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury. I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not, it seems that you scorn me. Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love Demetrius, who even now did but spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love? So rich within his soul and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent. What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise. I understand not what you mean by this. I do. Persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay! Gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena!
Oh, excellent!
Please do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false, that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where's your pencil, man?
Away, you Ethiop!
Oh no, he'll seem to break loose. Take orders you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat! Burr! Vile thing! Let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny Tartar! Out! O loathed medicine! O hated potion! Hence!
Do you not jest? Yes, sooth, and so do you!
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What could you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was ere while, since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me, oh the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee. Love Helena.
Oh me! Oh. You, juggler! You, canker blossom, you, thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Oh, fine, in faith! Have you no modesty? No maiden shame? No touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit! You puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I may perceive that she hath made compare between our statures, that she hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low?
How now, am I that painted maple?
Speak! I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach into my eye!
You gentlemen, though you mock me, let her not strike me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right made for my cowardice. You may think that because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower heart again!
Good Hermia, don't be not bitter so with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself and to this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatens me to spurn me, strike me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, will I bear my folly back and follow you no farther. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I do leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Ah!
Be not afraid! She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, till you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is cursed and shrewd. Well, she was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? What? Again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone! You dwarf! You minimus of hindering knotgrass maid! You bee! You acorn!
You're too officious in her behalf which scorns your services. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. No, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest or committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? So far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. So far, I'm glad it so did sort. Is this their jangling? I esteem a sport.
Look, seest thou these lovers seek a place to fight. Therefore, Robin, overcast the night and lead these testy rivals so astray that one comes not within another's way. And like Lysander, frame thy tongue and stir Demetrius up with bitter wrongs, and sometimes rail like Demetrius. And look to each lead them thus, till laden legs and fatty wings, till brow's death counterfeiting sleep, then crush some of this into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath a virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and leave his eyes rolling with wanton sight. And then when they wake, all this derision shall seem but a dream and fruitless vision. Then the lovers back to Athens all wed, with league whose date till death shall never end. Now, while I in this affair thee employ, I'll to my fairy queen and beg her Indian boy. Then her charmed eyes release from monster's view, and all shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines are ours harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there to churchyards already through crosses and burial, look their shames upon. For fear lest they should look their shames upon, they willfully exile themselves from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we be fairies of a different sort, and oft with morning's love have I made sport. Like the foresters the groves may tread, till the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with blessed beams that turn yellow gold into his salt green streams. Now, make no delay, for we may effect this business ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town, goblin lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak! In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
What coward? Art thou bragging to the stars? Telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars? And why comest thou not? Come, recreant, come thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod he is defiled who draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow thy voice! Try no manhood here!
He goes before me and still tears me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I, for I followed fast, yet faster he did fly. I'd fallen, and my dark and even way. And here, will arrest me. Come, thou gentle day. For if but once I see high great light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot thou runn'st before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand or look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. If ever I thy face by daylight see, thou shalt buy this dear. But go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length from this cold bed. At my day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, a weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Oh, shine comforts from the east, so that I may back to Athens from these that my poor company detest. Oh, and sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Oh, steal me a while from my own company.
Yet but three. Come one more. Two of both kinds makes it four. Here she comes. Thirst and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, that I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, takes delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that in waking shall be shown, every man shall take his own, and Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go to ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well. Come, lay thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy fair head, and kiss thy long fair ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Oh, scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Oh, Monsieur Cobweb. Good Monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, Signor. Where is Master Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Ah, give me your knee, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Oh, nothing, Monsieur, but to help cavalry Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, for methinks I am marvels hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Oh, well, say, my love, wilt thou hear music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music.
Oh.
Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Oh, no, say what it is thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay.
Oh.
Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy who will seek up squirrel hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Come, sleep, and I shall wind thee in my arms. Fairies away, and be in all ways away. Oh, so does the woodbine, the honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy in rings, the barky fingers of the elm. I love thee. Oh, how I dote on thee.
Come, Robin, seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage I do begin to pity now, for meeting her of late behind the wood, and seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her, and when I had at my pleasure tormented her, she did in mild terms beg my patience, and I did ask of her changeling child, which she gave me straight, and sent her fairy to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now that I have this boy, I will undo this imperfection of her sight. But Robin, take off this transformed scalp off this Athenian swain. And now, I release my fairy queen. Be as thou want to be. See as thou want to see. On Diana's bud or Cupid's flower, what force and blessed power. Now, Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon! Oh, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, I loathe his visage now.
Silence a while, Robin. Take off his head. Titania, call music that more than dead than these common that sleep on the ground.
Come, music, music, oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now when I wake thine own fool's eyes.
Take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I, new in enmity, tomorrow night, midnight solemnity, we shall dance in Duke Theseus' house all triumphantly, wherein these pair of lovers shall be wedded with Theseus all in jaunt.
My fairy king, attended Mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Titania, silent, sad, Now we trip after nightshade, the globe we can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Yes, my lord, come, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho, Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starveling. God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. There is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a pageant fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Now my hounds be bred of the Spartan kind, so their heads hang low with their ears that sweep back the morning dew, so crook-kneed and dew-lapped like the Thessalian bull. But what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander. This Demetrius is. This Helena, old need us Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
Oh, no doubt they rose early to observe the rites of May, and hearing our intent, came to join us in great solemnity. But now, good Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia is to give you the answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, St. Valentine has passed. Begin these wood buds to couple now.
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you, stand. Now, I know you two rival enemies, so tell me, how can this concord of the world, where hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I do think, for truly what I speak, and now do I bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where it might without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helena told me of their self, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I know not by what power, but by some power it is, my love for Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith and virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eyne is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But, like in sickness did I loathe this food. Now, as in health, come to my natural taste, I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
For you lovers are fortunately met, and more of this discord we shall hear anon. And Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for these lovers shall in the temple by and by be eternally knit. Now, the morning is something worn, and our intent in hunting shall be set aside, and back to Athens, 3 and 3, we shall hold a great feast in solemnity.
These things seem undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Oh, methinks I see these things with parted eye, where everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are we awake? I think that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
He did bid us follow him to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let us go, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
Have you sent to Bottom's house yet? Is he come home?
He cannot be heard of. Oh, out of doubt he is translated.
If he come not, the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. There is not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he has simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
And the best person, too. And a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters! Masters! The Duke has come from the temple, and there are 3 or 4 more lords and ladies married. If our sport had gone forward, we'd all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus has he lost 6 a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 a day for playing Pyramus. And the Duke had not given him 6 a day for playing Pyramus, I'd be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 a day or nothing!
Where are these lads? Where are these hawks?
Oh, happy day, most wondrous hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Oh, not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Gather your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen. And let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions, nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away. Go. Away.
It's strange, my Theseus, what these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. But I may never believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. For the lover and the madman have such seething brains, such seeking fantasies that apprehend more than common reason can comprehend. You see, the lunatic, the lover, and the madman are all in imagination compact. The lover sees sees Helen's beauty in the brow of Egypt. The poet's eyes looking doth from heaven to earth and earth to heaven. And the lunatic, he sees more devils than the vast hell can hold. Now, when imagination bodies forth, these images are given to the poet's pen an airy nothingness, a name, a local habitation. But to imagine by night, how is a bush supposed to bear?
But the story of the night told over, and their minds transfigured so together, seems more witnesseth than fancy's images, and growing to something of great constancy. However strange, it's admirable.
Here are the lovers full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, may love accompany your hearts.
More than to us. Wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Now, what masks, what musics do we have to while away this long 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Is there no play? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Call Philostrate!
Here, Theseus!
What abridgments have you this evening? Is there no mask, no music to while away this long, lazy hour without some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The Battle of the Centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch with a no. We shall have none of that. The tale of the tipsy Bacchanals tearing the Thracian singers with their rage. This is an old device and was last played when I came from Thebes, a conqueror. The three thrice muses mourning the death of knowledge and deceased in beggary. Well, we shall have none of that. 'Tis a satire, keen and critical, not in suiting with the nuptial ceremony. The tedious brief scene of Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Tedious and brief, merry and tragical, tragical and merry, tedious and brief, wondrous snow and hot ice. How do we find the concord of this discord?
There is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word act, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I first saw rehearsed, I must say, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
Now, how do we find them that do play it?
Our hard-handed men who work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
We shall hear this play.
Oh, no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intent, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I shall hear this play, for nothing can be amiss when the simplest of duty tender it. Call them forth. Ladies, take your places.
I love not to see wretchedness or charge, your duty in his service perishing.
My gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we be to give him thanks for nothing. For what no poor duty can tender it, the noble spirit takes might, not merit.
All right.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach.
If we offend, it is with good will. That you should think. We come not to offend, but with good will, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should hear repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all you are like to know.
Methinks he does not stand upon his points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Aye, true. He played on his prologue like a child on a recorder. Sound, but not in government.
His speech is like a tangled chain. Nothing impaired, but all discordant. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall that did these lovers sunder, and through whose chink, poor souls, they were content to whisper at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine did the lovers think no scorn to meet. At Nina's tomb, there to woo. This grizzled beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusting Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion with vile and bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast. Oh, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let Lion, wall, moonshine, and lovers twain at length discourse, while here they do remain. Oh.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a cranny hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secret. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you have such lime and hair speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that e'er I heard, my lord.
Oh, silence! Here comes Pyramus.
O grim-looked knight! O knight with hue so black! O knight! O knight! Alack! 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
Methinks the wall, being sensible, should curse again.
No, indeed, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see, we'll fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, too often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My lips have often kissed thy stones of line and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love? Thou art my love, I think.
Think thou what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shaphalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shaphalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
kiss the walls whole. Not your hips at all.
Wilt thou meet me at Ninny's tomb straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I'd come without delay.
Thus have I, Wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus Wall away doth go.
The wall is now down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that I've ever heard.
This is the best in kind, for no worse can be imagined if imagination amends them.
It is your imagination then, not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them, they may pass as excellent men. But look, here come two noble beasts now in lion and man.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. For know that I, one is Snout the joiner, am a lion found or else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come into this place in strife, 'twere pity on my life.
This gentle beast does have a kind courtesy.
The very best of the beasts that e'er I saw, my lord.
Yes, let us hear the moon.
This lantern doth the horn and moon present.
Should have worn the horns on his head.
He is in crescent. The horns are invisible in the circumference.
This lantern doth the horn and moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of them all, for the man should be in the lantern ere he is the man in the moon.
He dares not enter the lantern, for you see, the candle is already snuffed.
I grow weary of this moon. When he would change. Oh.
For his courtesy, we should stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Nitty's tomb. Where's my love?
Well, roared lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Yes. Methinks the moon shines with a good grace. Yes.
And well moused lion.
Here comes Pyramus. And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes do you see? How can it be? Oh dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good, what, stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, come, cut, thread, and thrum. Quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
The death of a good friend is enough to make a man sad.
Through my heart, I almost pity the man.
Wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame, that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound. Out, sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. I that left Pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die. 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 Die.
No, die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
Oh, with the help of a surgeon, he might recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance Thisbe is gone before she returns to find her lover?
She shall find them by starlight. Here comes Thisbe. Her passion ends the play.
I would not have such for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love! What, dead, my dove? Pyramus, arise! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb. Dead? Dead! A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were as green as leeks. Come, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, for you have shorn with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, my breast imbrue. Ow! And farewell, friend. Thus this ends. Adieu. Adieu.
The lion and the moon are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No, I promise you that the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a bird?
No, hold your epilogue. There need be no excuse, for when all the players are dead, hold your excuse, hold your epilogue, give us your burger mask, and leave your epilogue alone. Now the iron tongue of midnight has told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time, for I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, for this night we have overwatched this palpable gross play, which has well beguiled into the iron gates of night. Now, to bed in our newfound solemnity, we shall awake tomorrow in newfound chum.
howls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, while the screech owl screeching loud puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now is the time of night, where all the graves all gaping wide, and every one lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are a frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. And I am sent with broom before, to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give glittering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf in fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance with tripping.
First rehearse your song by note, with every word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us all shall blessed be. And there the issue we create, all shall be fortunate.
So shall all the lovers three, true and loving, ever be. And the blot of nature's hand shall without their issue stand. Either mold nor hair lip nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. And with this field do consecrate, every fairy take thy gate, and to each every chamber bless, through this palace which we enter, and the owner of it bless, shall forever in safety rest. Nor take no stay, go thy way, meet we all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended. That you've but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding than a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we'll make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. And give me your hands, we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.